Hi, my name is Sarah Whaling, and I'm a certified life and relationship coach. In my one on one coaching, I assist clients in changing their lives through addressing the subconscious mind. This is how we truly change the brain. So, in this video, we are going to talk about the distressing feeling of feeling like you just never have enough time. Do you feel like you never have enough time in a day? Are you perhaps in a negative cycle of feeling like your day is never your day, and no matter how hard you try or how much hope you have, the feeling of dread creeps in that you just don't ever have the time you want to do the things that you want to do? Well, let's talk real quick about some root causes of this. Root causes can include competing needs, leaving you in indecisiveness, and then when you look up, the time has just passed you by. It can come from a lack of self identity where you don't really know what you want for your day. And what does this lead to? Unmet needs. So then, of course, you feel like you didn't have enough time to meet them. Another root cause can be that your subconscious mind is not on board with what you have planned for your day. So then, when you have downtime left, it feels very scarce. If you've noticed, all of these root causes have to do with needs. Remember, there are only two reasons that we experience emotional pain: one, unmet needs, and two, painful beliefs or stories we tell ourselves. When we are experiencing both, we are in suffering. So, if we are experiencing not meeting certain needs, and then we tell ourselves that we don't have enough time to meet these needs, you can see how this can cause a very, very painful cycle, sometimes on a daily basis for some people. The root cause can be multifactorial, which obviously can cause large amounts of suffering for the individual, in some cases leading to depression, because what happens when we are in suffering and feel negative feelings? It elicits an emotional response. And if we're not doing anything about the situation, or we don't know what to do, then we can see how continual elicitation of these emotions that make us feel down can be quote unquote the chemical imbalance that is talked about in regards to depression. One thing that can play into the root cause is core wounds. When we feel like we don't have enough time for the things that truly matter to us, aka our needs and the things that are important to our subconscious mind, it is a very disempowering feeling. Now, the core wounds that can compound the situation into, quite frankly, extreme suffering would be the core wounds: I am trapped, I am powerless, I am out of control in my life, and I am helpless. If you have the core wound, I am trapped, you can see how this could be compounded by really feeling like a very trapping experience. Never feeling like you have enough time and not really ever feeling like you can solve for it. So you're kind of stuck in this reality of how your days go. You can see how this experience could be compounded by the core wounds: I am powerless, I am out of control in my life, and I am helpless, because what do core wounds do? They color unrelated realities, so you can see how absolutely painful it is to experience a disempowering situation all the time and have these core wounds. When a situation touches on our core wounds, it is a very painful, distressing experience. So, these are the reasons at the root of this painful scenario, and how you might struggle if you have multiple reasons at the root of the situation for you. I'm going to share one mindset shift that will help you do the two things that solve for emotional pain. Number one, this mindset shift will help you meet your needs. And number two, this mindset shift will help you to reprogram the painful core wounds and stories that create the ongoing experience for you. When you are feeling this way, I want you to ask yourself, how am I in control of my time right now? Get really present and ask yourself, what are some things I need right now? And then I want you to commit to one or a few things you can do in the present moment that make you feel empowered or meet one or some of your needs. It can be as simple as realizing you need to elevate your legs and choosing to take a few minutes to sit down while you take care of anything that you need to while you're seated. It can be knowing that you have a love language of words of affirmation and taking 10 minutes to pour into that cup. This will help to shift the lack mindset of never having enough time while meeting some needs. Then I want you to ask yourself, how do I have control of my life in general? And what are some ways that I can empower myself on a daily basis? Lastly, it's important to check in and ask if you're living in alignment with what is truly important to you. If the answer is no, and you're just constantly doing a bunch of things that don't fill your cup, then you can take one of two avenues. You can do subconscious reprogramming work to get your subconscious mind on board with your conscious mind's goals, or you can make some changes. Maybe you need to go after the career you truly want, or maybe certain relationships don't really pour back into you and they need to be more acquaintance type commitments. We all have obligations, but if we are consistently meeting our needs and living in alignment, and if we tackle limiting beliefs or core wounds, then we won't feel unfulfilled and feel this lack that translates into feeling like we never have enough time. The last thing that I want to leave you with is that it is about quality, not quantity, when it comes to meeting needs and being truly fulfilled. Let's say that you have a love language of quality time in relationships. It's going to feel better to spend time with your partner truly connecting than to just be in the same room. Or let's say love and connection is high on your personality needs list. You might read a book and feel very connected to the characters, but reading the book for half an hour won't compare to a deeply connected conversation with someone that you're in a good relationship with. You always want to meet your needs as effectively as possible, and then you will see you actually feel like you have more time. Well, I hope that this video has been helpful. Please give it a like if it has, and hit that subscribe button if you're not currently subscribed so you don't miss any future content. Thank you again so much for your engagement.